Hi there. I'm going to show you how to make really cool laser cut patterns with Substance Painter. Substance Painter is usually used in games and artwork for films, and it's good for painting 3D structures. So with my 3Z universe, I often use it to make 3D structures, to make the textures on the 3D structures when I'm not making print. So the latest work that I'm doing in my 3Z universe is kind of like it's going to be a laser cut. So a laser cutter, for those of you who don't know, are often in fab labs and makerspaces and also industrial factory workshops. And basically laser cutters will cut things with a laser, and then also they'll etch. So for example, if this was Perspex, it would etch this drink. Can you see that? All right. So it would etch these words. These words are not etched. Where have the words gone? Yeah. So there's some words there. I don't think these ones are etched. You probably can't see that, but anyway, you know what I mean. It's like scratched the surface. So what I'm going to do is make an LED Perspex screen, and then I'm going to get the laser cutter to etch a design on it, like an architectonic design, and then I'm going to lay it flat, and then I'm going to put LED strips around it and light it so it looks like a neon effect. You probably see this in shop fronts and things at night. They have Perspex display, and then you'll see the LED and it lights up whatever's been etched inside. It's a really awesome effect. You can do loads of other stuff with it as well. You can have different Perspex behind each other, and then one LED will come on and go off, and then the other one will come on and go off, and you can use interactivity with things like Arduinos. So anyway, so we've got Substance Painter open. I'm just going to open a file, so let's discard this one. Whoops, I'm not going to open a file. I'm going to go to New, and then I'm going to go to Select Mesh, and I've just made a simple plane. So basically it's a plane. So usually in Substance Painter we have 3D objects coming in. So the last one I did was the 3Z floating city, which you can see on my blog, the Nomads of the Future blog post, with the sort of 3D city with the painted mesh. But this time we're going to take it to reality. So first of all, in Substance Painter, for those of you who don't know, in order to paint we need to bake textures. So I'm going to make it quite high, 2048, and then I just go bash, and then it gives a loading screen. Just have to wait a bit. 57, 71, 85. Come on, 100. So now it's baked it. And then I'm going to go to here, saying shelf, and we're going to use a particle system. So the particles are going to paint on this mesh. So a really good one is electric circuit. And I'll just left click and drag a bit over the mesh, and let's see what's happening. Yeah, as you can see, it's made these really cool like architectonic street lines. I'm just going to control Z that, because I want the light, the color to be black, so that we can vectorize it in Inkscape, the program we're going to use next. So I'm going to take that to black. I'll put it onto electric circuits, and then I'll just left click and drag a bit like that, and then quickly drag it out there, and then do that. So that's given us like a main city, so it's a bit like a tube, metro, underground map. And then that's a bit running onto it. Then you can control it, so you can add other bits as well, like that as another bit of the city. So I'm going to zoom in here and just check. And you can also do loads of other things. There's loads of other cool effects. There's veins. So let's drag that. And that's nice as well. So it's really decorative. And as you can see, you can control these really cool patterns. I mean, there are pattern makers online that you can use, but I'm finding Substance Painter is a really good way to control these patterns, especially for etching it on the laser cutter. So now I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to export textures, and I'll take it to a texture export folder, which can be, let's have a look, okay, I put it into this folder, LAS for laser. So I'm going to select folder, and then I'm going to export. Just wait a while. Export successfully finished. So that's the work done in Substance Painter for this example. So now I'm going to go and open up Inkscape. So Inkscape you can buy, you don't have to buy, it's free. You can also do this procedure in, my mind's gone blank. You can do this procedure in Illustrator, of course, yeah. So here's the textures we exported. So we've got normal maps, for bump effects and metallic effects and stuff, but we're only going to go to the base color and we're going to import it. It should import. Okay, so open up a new Inkscape as it does that. And now we've got the pattern in Inkscape. And if we zoom in, we've got some nice little dots going on. So that could be good. So what you've got to remember is these, as you'll see in the next video, these lines are going to be etched on the clear perspex. And as the LED lights the edge, the light's going to catch on these etched bits and it'll look like glowing neon. So it'll be very cyberpunk effect. And of course you could do this in CGI, but at the end of the day, if you do this in perspex with the laser cutter, you can have a nice bit of real wall art, and also it looks cool as well. And when you photograph it, it's very analogy. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something over this, like a sort of 3D print structure as well. So I'm going to have not just a flat plane, it's going to be 3D. So A, it'll make a nice sculptural wall relief artwork, and then B, it'll make a nice when I photograph it, it'll look really analogy and cool. And then if you want to go beyond, you can add things that are Arduinos for interactivity. You can put your hand near, and you could, as I said, you can have 3 layers or 2 layers of perspex, and then as you put your hand near, this the LEDs on this layer dim, and then the one in the middle might come on, and that shows a different network of architectonic grids in a different color, and the 3rd layer, and so on. So there's loads of really cool stuff you can do. You can make almost anything with FabLab and Makerspace tools. So I'm just going to select this, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Traced Bitmap, and then I do this update, and it should now vectorize the image. And what you see by vectorization, it basically turns it to black and white. So this gives the laser cutter the ability to read the file. Okay. And depending on what laser cutter you're using, I'm not going to go into details here, but you have to set it up so it's going to etch. So some laser cutters, the etching is a different color to the cutting. So for example, if I wanted it to cut on the edge, I'd make a square here using this sort of tool, and then I'd color this a certain color, then I'd use this in a different color. It just depends on your laser cutter, so I'm not going to go into that. Okay, so basically there we go. So that's now the vectorized image ready to output to your laser cutter to do the etching. So let's take it from this. So we made the pattern in Substance Painter just by a few click and drags, and then we took it into Inkscape, and then we vectorized it, and then in the next video you'll see this pattern, well, a similar pattern I'm going to work on, etched down the LED perspex in the final result. So please tune in for the next episode, or if you're watching this in the future, the next episode will be the next video. And thanks very much, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also sign up to my newsletter on my website, jamesabelart.com/blog, to get all the latest news on the 3Z universe. I'm going to make a small product soon with it. I'm going to make a book with it, and I'm also going to get all the 3D prints as products that you can download online, or you can buy the actual art pieces that I'm going to airbrush as well. So it's kind of like the 3Z universe is basically a really free idea, science fiction universe looking at the future as positive, even in a dystopia, and it's kind of like a cool indie version of Transformers or Zoids or something like that. So thanks very much, and speak to you soon. Have a good week. Any comments and questions, please put below. Thanks very much.